Okay, again, my name is Ginger Siemens, and I'm demoing on soldering in the box, which my husband Doug Siemens invented and fabricated. And what I would like to show on this particular demo is another really very unique feature of this box that no other box or no other soldering station has. And that is that we have these two arms. And if you notice, we have springs right here, and also there's a nut on top of each arm that actually is an adjustment nut that allows us to go up and down with the arms. We also have 2 feet down here. Let me just show you real quick. We also have 2 feet that have clips on them. And if we take those off and put these on, we now have a second set of attachments. And these are flat feet attachments. And the purpose of these feet is actually to hold down 2 pieces so that we can solder them easier. And that's why that third and fourth hand helps. But the fact that we've got them on springs and they're adjustable really helps. Now, what was happening prior to my husband inventing this soldering in the box station was that I would have a flat piece of copper and I'd have my soldering chips, and I'd put my bezel wire here, and I'd have to get the chips up to the wall of the bezel, and when I would do it, it would move just a slight bit, just enough that it would be off every time I would try to adjust it and get the bezels, the chips right up to the bezel wire. It just would move. So what he did was he went back into the shop, and this is what he came up with. So now what I'm going to do is show you how much easier it is when you have the soldering in the box and you're using the 2 feet that are what we call the hold down feet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just put this on. I'm not really even centering it. I'm kind of putting it where I want it. And I'm going to take this foot, and I've already adjusted it that it's going to hold this bezel down. So here's one, and I've got it down to where it's touching it. I'm going to slide it down till it touches. And there it is. It's holding that one down. And now I'm going to take this one over, and I'm using the springs just to kind of lift up and then place right on top. And now it is holding that bezel right to that flat base piece. Now, like I said, I didn't really try to get it exactly centered because I wanted to show you that you can still center it. Even though it's held down, you can actually still kind of move it around a little bit and get it exactly where you want it, and it's still putting enough pressure down on the bezel wire that now I can take and put those soldering chips right up against the wall. And if you notice, the bezel wire is not moving at all, making it just real easy and very functional for me to put the solder chips right there. And now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to show you how well it is able to solder. So I am soldering with my torch. I'm actually putting it in my other hand, so if I needed to put any of those soldering chips up against there, I could with my pick. But right now everything's staying where it's supposed to. And the neat thing about this, now it's starting to melt, is that I can come to the outside and I can turn it and get my fire right where I want it. And because you know solder goes towards the fire, I have now been able to get to it and pull the solder right where I want it. And I can stop right now, and it is completely soldered like I want it. The next step would be to take the arms off the soldered piece. Now understand it's relatively hot down here because we've just torched, but at the very top we have these rubber tips, so I can literally just pull up on them and slide it out of the way. Take this one, pull up, slide out of the way, and then I've got magnets on the side of my arms of my box, so I can actually take a plier, pick this up, squelch it in water, you just heard that, and we are done. Thank you again.